You got Real Training, which you're thinking about maybe rebranding that. But I think that there's a whole lot of people that need to know about that. Everybody that's considering college right now, if they're not going to college for a trade, I would say would be better suited to invest their time and their money in Real Training than 4 years of their life plus some and probably 60 to 80 grand or more.
For sure.
With no return on investment.
I can say that with 100% certainty.
So I want you to tell them why you came up with Real Training, because it was about a year ago when you have all these, you've invested wisely. You got all these businesses that are killing it. But you were like, man, I don't like talking about them all because I feel like I'm the guy with the trench coat that's got all, you want watches, you want shoes, you want movies. What do you want? And you figured a way to kind of bring it all together under an umbrella to give value, and with the icing on the cake, which could be a position when they're done.
Yeah. Well, ultimately, again, I try to focus on helping people, and, the people I want to help are the ones that need it. And, one time I was talking to Grant Cardone, and he was telling me, bro, you're worried about the people that are broke. They don't have any money, and you need to focus on other people who have the money, because you can't get it if they don't have it. And I said, but they don't need the help because they have money. I want to help the people with no money. And when I say no money, I don't mean absolutely zero. I'm talking about, you're making less than, 80, 100 grand a year. And now in this day and age, that's not a lot of money. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't understand I have people that work for me that, I pay 60 grand a year. And I wonder, how do they live? Like, I don't understand how you live on 60 grand a year. I'll bet you, I don't know who makes what, but like 60 grand a year is a good, decent salary. But how do you live on 60 grand a year? People are like, oh, you're jaded. No, I guarantee I could live on 60 grand a year. Okay. But I'm talking about really live, man. Go on vacation and stay there for 10, 15 days in a nice hotel, go have a huge Christmas where you can, buy all the gifts that you want to give and just live to that level. Now, how do you do that on 60 grand? You don't. Mm-hmm. So I want to help those guys. I want to help the guys that are making 100 grand or less. And so I just racked my brain. How can I help them? Well, you know how you can help them? Give them a damn job. And so I'm thinking, well, I have companies, and if they're willing to sell and they're willing to do what I tell them, they can make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 easily. Mm-hmm. But they have to understand the rules. They have to understand the game. They have to understand that there's 3 areas that they need to focus on: mindset, skill set, and habits. If I can get you to understand abundance and optimism and kindness and ethics and integrity, right? And get your perspective in the right place. That's your mindset. And I can show you how to close, communicate, market, and build a personal brand on social media. Mm-hmm. Those are the skills that you need to work for me anyway. And then last, give you the habits that you need to perpetuate that. Mm-hmm. Then brother, I'll give you a job. So I just thought to myself, man, I'm looking for killer salespeople. I want fire-breathing dragons. And I've got the ability to make them. Well, dude, that's how you help. So I thought, let me put together a real training program that literally teaches mindset, skill set, and habits to the point where even if they don't come work for me, their lives will actually change.
Yeah.
Their beliefs will change. Their confidence will change. Their relationships will change. And more importantly, their skills will change. And if I can get these guys to understand what those things are, or girls, when I say guys, I mean people.
Yep.
If I can get them to understand these things and they agree to do them, because again, I can't make them do them. I can only lead them to the light. So that's where it came, is like, listen, how do I help these people? Well, I could give them a job. Mm-hmm. Most people want to sell you a course and then hope, that's it. Why? Because, dude, they just want your money.
Yeah.
I want it too, but I only want it if I can help you. Like, people say, well, if you believe that much, Brad, why don't you give it away? I tried that, Nick. When it's free, nobody cares.
That's right.
So believe it or not, the first, let's say, filter is that it does cost money. and that you need to bet on yourself. If you can't bet on you, why should I?
That's right.
So I put a fee in place. It's a filter. Why? Because once they work for me successfully, I'll give it back in the form of a bonus. So it's really just a deposit
That's right.
on themselves. People are like, well, Brad, you do it for free. I've done it for free and it doesn't work. It's not helping you. What's helping you is making you understand you got to bet on yourself, bro. You got to take a risk. So I put a fee in place. That's a risk. It's a risk you're going to take. And if you're not willing to take that risk, don't. But how do you win in life? Number one, you got to take a bet on yourself. Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Okay, so listen, first requirement is write a check. I don't want a bunch of freeloaders, okay? I can't help losers. I can only help winners that are currently losing. And so there's the difference. So the real training program was, listen, if I can get them to understand the mindset, I can give them the skills that they need, and I can give them the habits, and they agree to do those things, then I guarantee they'll make a bunch of money with me. And why would I send them to work somewhere else if I just created a badass? So I'm going to create all these badasses, and then I'm going to give them a place to work, give them a vehicle so they can get the money, the initial money. I have many companies with products to sell. Well, I have to sell something? Yeah, you have to sell something. I personally have never met anybody successful that isn't selling somebody something. And I think to myself every time I say that, is there somebody that I know that's successful that doesn't sell something to somebody? And the answer is no, I don't. So it's like a light bulb came on. Holy smokes. Sales is required. Okay, that's one of the skill sets. Communication, marketing. Like if I can teach somebody to market better, they can blow up their own business, let alone mine. But if I can turn you into a badass, dude, give you the skills, give you the habits, and give you the mindset, why would I want you to work anywhere else? I'd want you to be on my team. So that's what I did. I said, I'm going to give these guys a job. So I just tried it, started a program, called it Real Training because that's what it is. It's real training. I wanted to change the branding because it's more than just training, but I started it and I offered it, and hundreds of people paid the fee, and I put them to work, and they started making money, and they started sending me, oh my God, this is unbelievable. It changed my life. And you know what I said? I didn't change your life. You did. And that's the whole concept. But anyway, that's how I thought of it, man. How do I help the people that need the help? Well, give them the information. They got to take it. I can't make you do anything. It's like building a ladder. Let's pretend you want to get out of the rat race, Nick. Let's say you're making 80 grand. You know there's more. You want more. Your wife wants you to have more. Everybody wants it. They're just afraid to admit it. And I built a ladder. And I said that ladder leads to the next level of life where you're making 200-300 grand. And that's where you need to be to get out of the rat race. It's very difficult to get out of the rat race making 100 grand. Why? Well, because you need to invest.
In this town, it's 20 grand a month.
And you have to have something to invest. Would you agree? Okay. So in order to invest, you have to have discretionary income. Well, if you're making 100 grand and you have a family, dude, you don't have anything left. So you're stuck in the rat race. And 20 years later, dude, you're still in that rat race, maybe at 160, but you're still there because as your pay increases, so does inflation and cost of living. So really you have to make a difference. And I don't know if you've ever read, I think it's called Quantum Leap, but if you'd work harder at what you're doing, you're just going to get more of what you're getting. So if you want what you're getting, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you want something else, you have to do something else. And most people don't have the roadmap. I got the roadmap. And how do I know? Because I was a 16-year-old high school dropout, destined for nothing. And I found and built an empire. I can show people how to do that, but I can't make them do it.
Right.
So that's the program.
Yeah.
And then fortunately, since I've done it, I've got businesses to put them in. So if you go through the program successfully, you graduate, you go to work at one of my companies, you start making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year. Now you go What do I do now? Well, that's the next program.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the MBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's called invest ultimately, but you know, what do I invest in and how does that work? And, you know, what should I do here and there? But that's just another level. So the real training program was put together to help the people that know that they're capable. They just don't have the right information. And then I made it extra powerful by giving them the vehicle as well. Most people just want to sell you a course, and a lot of those courses will work, but you better be real smart, because once you have those skills, you might run off in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
So I just give them the vehicle.